Ever find yourself, like, stuck in a Star Wars debate? Like, who would win in a fight, you know?
Happens all the time.
Right. Today, today we're tackling a big one. We're talking, of course, Cal Kestis,
Yeah?
Padawan from Jedi, Fallen Order, up against the one and only Mace Windu.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know, right? Could Cal, like, actually pull it off? Could he win?
Yeah.
I mean, Cal's no stranger to tough situations, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is a guy who faced Order 66 as a Padawan and survived. Not only survived, but he went up against Inquisitors.
Yeah, and even went toe-to-toe with Darth Vader himself.
Darth Vader,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, but then there's Mace Windu. We're talking Jedi Master. This is the guy who dueled Palpatine, purple lightsaber, that
Yeah.
ball pad style. He's, like, legendary.
That's an understatement.
So we found this article, and it, like, breaks down their strengths, their weaknesses, pits them against each other. It's a battle across eras, experience versus potential, and well, we're diving into it. All of it.
It makes you think about experience in the Jedi Order, doesn't it? I mean, Cal's story is all about resilience, surviving the Purge, finding the Force again, facing these unimaginable threats.
Right. And it shows how strong he is, just as a person, you know.
Absolutely.
The article, it talks about his fight with that Gorgara on Dathomir. I don't know if you remember that. It was huge. This giant bat creature. I mean,
Oh, I remember the Gorgara.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Even a serious Jedi would think twice.
Right.
And surviving Vader, that alone. It makes you wonder, what does it take to live through something like Order 66 as a Padawan when everything's falling apart around you?
The Jedi were being hunted, their knowledge gone. I mean, their whole existence was being threatened. For Cal to make it out, to actually get stronger in those conditions,
It's incredible.
it really says something about his strength, his willpower, his ability to adapt.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Especially compared to Windu. He didn't have to deal with all that. He came up in a different time. The Jedi Order was at its peak.
Yeah, a very different era. Mace Windu, he represents that peak of Jedi mastery. During the Republic, I mean. Everyone feared him, even the Sith. And for good reason.
He was the best of the best.
Master strategist, incredible warrior, one of the only Jedi who could face Palpatine and, well,
Hold his own.
exactly.
The article, it mentions Windu's Vapad, you know, that aggressive lightsaber style. Sounds intense.
Intense is putting it mildly. Vapad is dangerous, even for a master.
Really?
It's about channeling the dark side but not letting it consume you, turning your opponent's aggression back on them.
Whoa.
Extremely high risk, but the payoff.
It must be huge if you can master it.
Exactly.
So it's not just about, like, fighting skills. It's his deep understanding of the Force, deeper philosophies, decades of study, experience, things Cal just doesn't have yet.
Exactly, that's the heart of the contrast, isn't it? Cal's resourceful, for sure, creative, but he's still learning.
It's still growing.
His connection to the Force, it's still developing.
So how do they stack up, you know, head to head?
Yeah.
The article does this, tail of the tape, comparing them on everything. Speed, durability, everything.
Interesting.
It really highlights the differences, wouldn't you say, in their fighting and just overall mastery.
Definitely.
Let's start with speed, I guess.
Yeah.
According to the article, Mace Windu basically unmatched. He's like a blur. That Vapad style. You said it yourself, dangerous. But they also say Cal uses his speed more strategically.
Yes, Cal's more tactical. Thinks about his moves.
Oh, okay.
Like, the way he uses Force slow. He can control the pace of a fight, you see? Make an opening appear out of thin air.
So it's less about overwhelming force like with Windu and more about precision.
Yeah.
Planning.
Right.
That's fascinating. What about when it comes to, like, taking a hit? Durability, they've both been through it.
Both are incredibly tough, but in different ways. Cal, he can heal himself. Mid-fight, even.
It's impressive, right? Especially with how much he pushes himself.
Makes sense, though. He's had to. But Windu's durability, it comes from decades of experience. Clone Wars, Sith Lords, you name it. He's fought and survived against the deadliest beings in the galaxy.
I mean, after a while, you must just get used to it, right?
Nah, perhaps.
So maybe Windu has the edge there when it comes to taking a hit.
Right.
But strength, raw strength. Cal manhandles those stormtroopers, tosses them around like they're nothing.
It's true. His strength in the Force is obvious.
right.
But raw power isn't everything, is it? Windu, he's mastered physical and Force combat. Remember Jango Fett?
Oh, yeah?
Legendary bounty hunter. Windu took him down with one blow. Just like that.
I always forget that.
Strength takes many forms.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It makes you think, though. Can Cal, with all his power, match Windu's strategy? Windu was a master strategist.
That's where the experience really comes in. Windu wasn't just a fighter, he was on the Jedi Council. He'd seen it all. Battles, politics, everything. He could anticipate almost anything.
Like comparing a rookie to a grandmaster.
Exactly. And then there's Shatterpoint.
Right. The article mentioned that. Can you remind me?
It's the ability to see weakness in anything. A flaw in armor, a moment of doubt, even the move that will win a battle before it happens.
Whoa. So it's like precognitive fighting. That's just not fair.
It's a rare ability, incredibly powerful, and it shows how deeply Windu understood the Force. Even if Cal could outmaneuver him, Windu could probably sense a weakness and use it.
He'd be one step ahead, always.
Yeah.
But the article also talked about Cal's ability to adapt.
Right.
Like he's always improvising, using his environment, the Force, to overcome obstacles.
Cal is resourceful, that's for sure.
Yeah, so maybe, just maybe, he could pull something off. Surprise us.
He might. That's what makes it so interesting. But to really get into it, we need to talk about their special abilities.
Back again. Still diving deep into this Cal Kestis versus Mace Windu face-off. We've talked about their journeys, how they fight, but this is Star Wars.
Right. It's not just about lightsaber skills.
It's about the Force.
Yeah.
And they both have that connection, wouldn't you say? Though in different ways. I mean, Cal's pulled off some crazy stuff. Remember when he brought that whole tower down on those stormtroopers? Resourceful.
Yeah.
Using the Force in ways we haven't really seen.
Oh, yeah.
But could he really challenge Windu?
Cal is versatile for sure. Adaptable. We've seen him improvise, heal himself mid-battle even. But against someone like Windu?
It might not be enough. Especially with Vapad.
Exactly.
It's like a force power in itself, almost.
In a way, it is. It's more than just lightsaber moves, you see. It's a way to channel the Force, to use your opponent's aggression against them. Mace Windu, he's walking a fine line, but that understanding of the dark and light, it's what makes him so powerful.
So Cal's adaptability, his creativity, against someone who can turn it back on him.
It's a tough matchup.
It seems like it. But they're both strong in the Force, and they've been shaped by such different things. The article makes the point that, hypothetical duel or not, this isn't about a simple win or loss. It's about different paths to mastery.
That's a great point.
Like, Windu represents what? The peak of Jedi power during the Republic. He had the training, the experience, the years of wisdom.
He was a leader.
Exactly. And Cal, he's something else.
Yeah.
He's resilience. He survived when so many didn't. Adapted. He even had to, rediscover the Force on his own without a master. He's a different kind of Jedi.
A different kind of strength, that's for sure.
That's why this matchup is so interesting. Windu might seem like the obvious winner, just based on, everything. But Cal, he makes you wonder.
He could have some surprises.
Exactly.
The article even says, while they think Windu would win, Cal's potential is huge. What if he had trained with Yoda? Or Obi-Wan?
Oh, man. Now that would be something.
Right. It shows how much room Cal has to grow.
It's like there are so many ways to be a Jedi, Windu had the order, the traditions. Cal, he's had to find his own way.
And those journeys, they shape you, not just your abilities, but how you understand the Force itself.
So even if Cal loses this fight, just facing Windu would teach him so much.
It's true. Sometimes facing someone who seems unbeatable, well, it's the best way to learn. It makes you find strength you didn't even know you had.
So maybe the article says Windu wins, but we've discovered something else entirely.
What's that?
It's about what it means to be a Jedi,
Yeah.
It's not one thing, it's so many.
You're right. The Jedi Order, it was diverse. It had so many different philosophies.
Windu, he represents control, mastery, walking that line between dark and light.
And Cal, he's the survivor. Adapting, enduring, even after losing so much.
Makes you think, maybe the real victory, it's not about winning every fight.
It's about the journey.
Yeah, it's about understanding, about balance.
That's what makes Star Wars so interesting. The possibilities are endless.
It's wild, right? We started off asking, could Cal Kestis actually beat Mace Windu? And it's like, the answer is so much bigger than that now.
Star Wars does that, doesn't it? Makes you think.
It really does. We went from lightsaber skills, force powers,
Yeah.
and now it's about different ways of being a Jedi, different philosophies even.
Two sides of the same coin, in a way. Windu, with Vapad, he represents facing the darkness, head on. But that takes incredible strength, control. Like we said, not even every master could handle that.
It really shows how strong Windu was, how unique. But Cal, he's strong in a different way, right? Adapting,
Yeah.
finding ways to survive, even when it seems impossible.
The galaxy threw everything at him, and he just kept going. Relied on his instincts, his connection to the Force. It's not the traditional Jedi way, that's for sure.
Not at all. But both of them, they're strong in the Force.
Yeah.
Just different, like two sides of what it means to be a Jedi.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know, comparing a perfectly made blade passed down for generations to one forged in the heat of battle.
Both can cut you down, right?
For sure.
But they're for different things. They reflect who used them, you know?
And that's what this deep dive shows us. Strength isn't one thing. And to be a master, you have to understand not just your own way, but everyone else's.
Love that. So yeah, the article says Windu would win. But this wasn't about just picking a winner, was it?
Not even close.
It's about all the sides of the Force, all the different kinds of Jedi, the strength people find inside themselves.
Exactly. The Star Wars universe is amazing like that.
It really is. Well, this has been incredible. So much to think about.
I agree.
A huge thanks to you for sharing your knowledge, breaking this all down with us.
My pleasure.
And to everyone listening, may the Force be with you.